We're going live right now. And team, do you ever feel like you're in over your head? Like this guy who loves diving yet wears a dry suit so he doesn't actually feel the difference? This shot's taken in Moscow. I hope you like the background and maybe the dark blue ambience as we deliver several topics to you tonight. Formally, they will begin in approximately 10 minutes. Before now and then, we'll get into some of your questions, allow people to finish their paper runs, to turn up and turn on their Wi-Fi, wherever they are globally or locally, allow Mr. P to have his pills, and allow those that are currently at hotels, people like Dubsy, people like Kirsten, to be able to finish their phone calls to Michaela, to be able to sit down with their bar snacks from their hotel room now that they've given their oath of affirmation and actually getting paid to watch the last episode of Married at First Sight. But you're here now and welcome here. Who have we got, Lauren?
Okay.
Let's start with you. Welcome, Lauren.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Caswell.
There's Courtney Higgins.
Yes, I saw that and I just scrolled all the way back up the top, so I will get to Courtney. We have all the usual suspects here. First moderator in was Jay, I believe, and we were Stickman, Carl P, the Lurker, as usual. We also have Dave is here, and it's great to see him.
It is.
I saw Kemp Thorne here. Yep, there he is. And Craig Anthony, who apparently knew you from 2-4.
Peace up. Represent.
Yep.
Second 4 Battalion.
Yep, indeed. And then we got Kane is here.
He's able.
Yep, Mr. Patterson, like you said. Donkey Bong is here. Zevgo, Sarim Che says hello.
Hey, Sarim.
Yep, and then we have Courtney Higgins, who said, just started my application process. Also, my brother has left for Kapooka today.
That's not Kane Higgins, is it?
No, it's Courtney Higgins.
I know.
I'm sure they're not related.
So your bro's today. So, okay. So we haven't got him in the book. Did he not come to the channel and check it out so we could help him on his way as we drank Coca-Cola in the glass bottle, because ladies find men 10% more attractive on Tinder if they're drinking from the glass bottle, and never so if it's Pepsi.
Well, yeah, perhaps Courtney only just found us today. You don't know. We don't know.
This is for you, Courtney. Listen to this. This is the sound of romance. Oh. I have one leather-bound book. Courtney, welcome. And to your brother. So he'll be at a hotel tonight.
Yep.
There's at least 5 people from our channel that are in these hotels as well. We've got their names right here. Oops. Oh, shit. I just dropped my COVID vaccine. I think I broke it.
What?
Nothing. We've got Jack. We've got Moto. We've got
Lightfoot, Tipsy is here. Tactic Nick is here.
Tactic Nook.
Yeah, RB Iceberg, 2 first names. Nolly Yor is here. Bug is here. Moon Gaming is here. That's a great name.
Hey, Moto Dubs. You know what you've just done, mate? You've just donated as much money as what you'd get from 1,000 views on YouTube. For that, I give you a left-handed salute, which is illegal in every country, especially with fingers splayed,
Yeah.
but it's appreciated. Thank you, mate. For that, I'm going to buy myself a can of cola.
Yeah, Moto's a great subscriber indeed.
He's off today. He's going to Kapooka.
Oh, how exciting!
Yeah, he's in his hotel room. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what is he eating? Or has he had his last meal?
Have something spicy, because then the very next shit you do is going to be at Kapooka.
Is that wise though?
No, but it'd be funny for me.
Tyler Quirk is here.
It's a quirk in itself.
It's a quirky name.
Just wait 2 seconds, just so you know, if you're turning up here at the moment, team, at the 10-minute mark, which means 5 minutes from now, we will actually go into quick snapshot, bam, the actual breakdown of the 12-week program, the 80-day program of Kapooka itself. So hang with us, stay with us, and that's 5 minutes from now. Oh,
Charlotte Russin is Tassie Devil's mum. And yes, we know he enlisted on Monday because he was in our book. He's been a great subscriber. We love our Tassie Devil.
we do.
And we're going to miss him terribly. So we're really glad you're here. Welcome, Charlotte. You must be very proud.
In saying that, but Charlotte, we do love you guys in Tasmania, but you cost the military a fortune because you overrepresent at Kapooka, and because you got 2 heads coming from Tasmania. That means twice as many hats, twice as many hoods, you know, you name it.
Yeah, come on now. You know it's the best state.
2 heads are better than 1. Great to have you here, darling. And if there's any question we can answer about your young man and what's going on, happy to oblige. You know, you've got to please the family because your kids are actually what comes out of the head of the boil. But everything below it becomes the iceberg, the people who carry the anxiety of success, failure, good news, bad news, etc., of their children, you know, who you reluctantly watch them walk off into the sunset, wishing them the best, knowing that you can't help or solve their problem. So I totally get that. And that means that you're probably similar age to me, which means before we go on, I want you to let me know, what is this movie? Mr. Buckaroony would know because he was 40 when it came out.
All right.
Guess the movie. I believe this was one of the most authentic, scary parts of a movie, and I will stop it before it gets to the graphic side. Okay, but this is misadventure. It happens to boys all the time. It's like we're there with them.
I heard that.
Me too.
What was it?
Hashtag.
Could be a lot of things. Yeah? The coyote. There aren't any coyotes in England. The Hound of the Baskervilles? Pecos Bill? Heathcliff. Heathcliff didn't howl. No, but he was on the moors.
Has anyone got it?
I got it.
It's a
Don't
full
walk on
moon.
the moors.
Beware the moon. And stick to the road. Oops.
My undies would be full at this
I thought we
stage.
go back to the slaughtered lamb. Yeah.
Sorry about my green screen there, team.
Wait a minute. We're lost. Oh, shit, David.
They must be
What
the Ten
is that?
Commanders.
I don't know. Come on. Come on, where? Anywhere. I think we should just keep moving.
At what stage are you not backing your mate up anymore? About now. About now, Dave D. I'm not helping you, bro.
It's moving. It's circling us.
It sounds like a mother-in-law.
Oh, fuck. What's the plan? Plan? Let's just keep walking. That's right, a lovely stroll on the moors. Tra-la-la-la-la. Isn't this fun? It's in front of us.
Oh, it just detected copyright audio. You feel it going, really? A wolf howling? No. So did anyone get the movie right? Kaz, Corporal Lindsay, ring a bell to you. Yeah, of course it does. Corporal Lindsay. Corporal Lindsay. I know Mark Lindsay. I know that also Buckaroony knows Mark Lindsay.
Yeah, apparently it's a different one, though. They've been having a little chit-chat about it, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Might not be. But we've got a lot of representation in here. We've got Tyler's wife is here. I believe that's great.
Hey, Tyler's wife, how you going, mate?
Yeah, she said he's doing really great and that he had all-day phone access on Saturday and they loved being able to chat to him. He's now in week 6.
Yep. So she's going to start to see that he will get more and more, what would you call it? He will get more responsibility given to him and the discipline because they actually know what's going on now. It's like they've actually got used to the patter, the routine, but the consequences will be worse if they do something wrong because now they kind of know what they're doing. So they'll go from no tabs to red tabs, from red tabs to blue tabs, from blue tabs to yellow tabs to graduation.
Yeah, indeed. Keely Boyd is here, which is Darcy's mum, and she said Darcy's smashing it. He's handing out tissues to the criers. He's a good lad, isn't he?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
He says, "Hey Kaz, my daughter marches out in 3 weeks, following in the old man's footsteps. Not infantry though, as a medic."
That's fantastic. You know, because, you know, I'd love to have a lady medic actually going, it's okay. It's okay. Your legs won't hurt. You don't have many more. Oh,
Yeah.
thank God. Yeah.
Yeah, Lightfoot got the movie correct, I believe.
American War for London. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. That is a case of less is more, special effects not important, where every director of modern movies has got their foot up their ass and doesn't understand what they're doing. Less is more. Don't show the beast. When you do, make it a snapshot.
Exactly. That's the first rule of horror. Don't show the beast.
Well, we're going to move into this for a moment, and this is going to be it's a coordinated stream tonight. We've got multiple back screens, and we can change for those for your pleasure. Bam, bam, bam. Look at the amazing things that people do when they're not worried about Black Lives Matter, when they're not worried about social politics, when they're not worried about who's got what I don't have, when they actually take a chance, stay fit, and live their life. This is indicative of people that join the military that are going to have experiences that far surpass those that end up on the wheel that might get paid more but not even have the security of employment. So we'll come back to that one. And the first thing we're going to go with is BAM. For this, I'm going to have to go articulate, and I'm going to get 20% IQ enhancement, you know, by simply putting on these magical glasses. Ladies, don't swipe left too quick. I might be smart. Okay, so what we're going to talk about now is the 12 weeks that you're going to go through from this fantastic diagram that you can simply find by going onto Google, and you'll find it quite easy, the way it's laid out. What I want you to realise is just because something doesn't have PT beside it doesn't mean that it's not physical in nature. So what we're going to speak about is you need to add on top of this, because I believe that Wagga Wagga's Victoria, isn't it? Yeah?
Is it though?
I believe it is. I don't think it's New South Wales. It's south of Canberra, so it's Victoria, which means you're probably walking still into 10 days to 14 days COVID quarantine. So let's add anywhere up to 20 days, anywhere up to 2 weeks there, which means there is a chance of losing some of the 100 points that you start with simply by getting into clicks, by getting into trouble, by getting into immature situations with those that you're thrust into the pond with. So be careful. That's where you can make a lot of errors and get on the radar and ruin a 40-year career before it commences. And let's put that caveat out there. I put a video out today to explain. You don't know if your kid is going for 1 week and quits, or is going for 4 years, 2 years if they're female, okay, 1 year if they're gap year, or stays on for 40 years. That's why you have to take this so seriously. I think I stayed on longer than everyone else that I joined with. And that was by accident. There was just no appropriate time to get out. So here we are. The pre-week, induction week. That is when you turn up with your normal haircut, with your clothes, fashion, where you'll have photos that go down in history as, did I used to wear that sort of shit? Okay, and then you turn up to Kapooka. You turn up to Kapooka on the Tuesday, not the Monday. Monday, depending on where you come from in Australia, okay, you're going to do your oath of affirmation if you come from Sydney. You're going to go to a hotel. You're going to go from the hotel, and then you're going to get on buses on Tuesday, and you're going to go to Kapooka. So everyone gets to Kapooka on the Tuesday, and then when you go and you get in there, you'll be put into a platoon muster and given platoon staff. They may even be on the bus. Correct me if I'm wrong in comments. G'day, Soccer Skills. G'day, mate.
Yeah.
And train as well. Choo-woo.
Yeah. It is New South Wales. It's in the Riverina region, and it's right on the Murrumbidgee.
There you go. What do you call it? Dave is saying the diagram tells about 10% of the story. That's right, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to flesh out the rest of it. So the very first thing you see there is, oh shit, that is actually quite hard to see, isn't it? The Kapooka program. What I'm going to do is I'm going to expand that to show my technical skills. Okay, so equipment issues. Equipment issues are going to occur, and that, my friends, is chaotic as hell because someone's always missing something. Okay, then you're going to get the induction, and that's going to be all of Tuesday. That can be bedding, that can be all of your clothing from your Q store. If you're missing anything, lay it down in front of me, don't get ahead of me. Number 4. People are going to get their ass kicked all through this for not listening. This is where you're going to learn. Do what you're told, not more than I tell you to, and do it when I tell you. And I don't need to hear your voice. Just respond. Close your mouth. Unless you're asked something. Wednesday, induction briefs. This is going to happen in while you're in COVID lockdown, etc. Because it has to be the equity and diversity. It has to be suicide awareness. It has to be everything to do with the Kapooka area, out of bounds, what's allowed, talking about ranks, all of these sort of things. Okay, Thursday. So we're seeing you've been there for nearly 3 days. You've already been in the mess hall. Okay, and you're going to be doing your initial fitness assessment. So if you were only just passing for the PFA, you could come undone here real quick, and it could prevent you from going further. Okay, if you can't pass that, because that's one of the prerequisites. If they take you into any further of training and you cannot pass that, and you'll be given a retest, then what would be likely occur is OH&S, you don't have the fitness or the robustness to continue on medically, physically, psychologically with the course. Now, this is Kapooka, so that might not even be the case, but it definitely suits in the School of Infantry, and it used to when we were in going through Kapooka. Friday, welfare briefs. Okay? The welfare briefs will also be about your family. These sort of things are also probably where you're going to say, yes, I'm de facto, yes, I'm married. If you're in a relationship team and you don't feel like marrying this girl and maybe you put a bit of pressure on, don't start that ball rolling if that's not what you want. Because the army's going to start spending money on getting housing prepared for your partner, and she's going to be getting some of this information potentially too. Okay, Saturday, swim test. Health and discipline briefs. There's going to be a hell of a lot more of this team. You're going to be getting introduced to the chain of command. There's going to be certain lessons that are given by the platoon sergeant, certain lessons that are given by the platoon commander. And it's not just any lesson. It's something to be able to set up the hierarchy of command within your platoon structure. And this is what we're talking about. On Sunday, you have to be religious, because that's where you get to go and have a cup of coffee, take your phone, and speak to, and that's all denominations. There's a chaplain. He's not just of Christian faith, etc.
No, they're multi-denominational. They've been versed in all faiths.
That's right. But they will eat bacon. Weapon safety. So there'll be lessons there. And Sunday can also potentially be used for retests. Where they can, retests can occur. But take into account that you have to be retrained before you can actually be retested. And if there's not time, and they can't allot any more time, that means backsword. That's all the induction. And that'll be how to march around the area too. No? It's actually saying that's in week 1. Huh. Oh, that was all pre-week. Okay, so what we've got is... What are we? People are watching this at the moment going, oh, come on, guys, get it right. Okay, injury prevention, first aid. Injury prevention should be a fitness test straight up to tell people that if you can't move your carcass around the area, then you're opening yourself up for injuries, because this is where you begin your professional athlete or your professional sports career. Obstacle course, weapon handling, and first aid. That's a pretty big day. The obstacle course will be a walkthrough, talk through, do the like this, blah, 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 do that. like this, blah, 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 do that. Okay, making sure that you put your feet to outside of walls, that you do 2-foot landings. 3 points of contact on things, how to go up the ropes, etc. How to lessen the chance of injury and how to do it now with speed and how to do it as a team. Don't put your hand in front of the knee on the patella. Put it above the knee, okay, and the other hand on the base of the back. Prepare to lift. Look in the eyes of the person across from you. Prepare to lift, and up they go. You'll end up with someone's hand up your clacker, and it won't feel like sexual assault. Yep, and then we go on. Drill, weapons handling, soldierly conduct, yep. Welfare briefs the next day, welfare briefs, weapon handling, first aid the next day. Endurance marching. That's probably likely to be 5 kilometres with your equipment on. It may not even be with a pack on. It should be. It might even be in webbing. So somewhere in between there, you're going to be putting your webbing together, your fighting gear, your life preserver for a soldier that carries your ammunition, your water, okay, and your food, maybe. Night vision equipment, ammunition, etc. Okay, then first aid, weapon handling, assessment. So that's your first, that could be a formative assessment or a summative assessment. A formative assessment means it's a test, it's not a back squad criteria, but it lets us know, who is going to be in a bit of trouble and who's not. With the summative assessment being the one that really matters. And again, followed by church. Okay, you can start to see a little bit of a pattern happening here. Okay, they're not going to normally do multiple physical things in a row, especially at the start. So weapons theory, weapons handling, assessment. You're going to be taught also about the conduct of running a lesson. Okay, how we use DP, demonstration, explanation, practice. Okay, and other ways of doing our either physical lessons, okay, doing either drill, doing theory, or doing weapons. Okay, they'll fall into one of those categories. Cause functions, are you there, Lauren?
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm learning.
There we go. Core functions, drills, and weapon handling. Can you just have a look in comments here and see if anyone's adding to this at all?
No, I think they're just taking it all in. Someone said it seems pretty accurate to what they went through.
There you go.
Carl said this looks pretty accurate to what I went through last June to September.
There you go. Thank you for that. Weapons theory. This is where you're going to find out the 4 marksmanship principles. Okay, the position hold must be firm enough to support the weapon. The weapon must point naturally at the target without any physical undue effort. Sight alignment and aiming must be correct, and shot must be released and followed through without any disturbance of the firer's position. I haven't looked that up in 30 years, but you have to know that. You have to know it. Okay. Theory, marksmanship. Okay, the 5 kilometre pack march the next day, followed by expect to have to drink a full litre of water up to 40 minutes before you start an event, because you shouldn't be allowed to drink during a 40-minute PT lesson. And 5 kilometres will take you less than 1 hour to do. Drill marksmanship. Drill lessons go for 40 minutes. They suck. Okay, but drill is important. First aid, important. Rope climbing. Okay, some people just cannot get that one together. 99% of women don't seem to be able to do it. Some do it with no problems whatsoever. If you use your legs, okay, you're going to be fine. If you use your upper body, you're going to blow it out. It used to be do it twice or get back squatted. It's not that now. Church. Okay, dress, recon, inspection at the start of week 3. Okay, weapons theory, marksmanship, high wire confidence course. Didn't have it when I was going through. I would have failed if we had have. Heights suck, and so do those that like them. Sorry, Carl. Marksmanship. So week 3, looks like you're going to be starting to potentially gather range on this day. Okay, weapons handling, first aid, marksmanship. Okay, this is Thursday, which is payday every second Thursday. The Friday, first aid, drill, weapons handling. Okay, like this, do that. Obstacle course, marksmanship. The obstacle course this time, you'll be doing it with your section commanders It's not a demonstration anymore. You'll be going through, and you might go through 3 times. You'll get introduced to the bear pit, regardless of it being, okay, winter or summer. And then we're going to church. Week 4, then we'll have a bit of a rest. Character development. I don't know what they do to you is there. Obstacle course marksmanship. 7-kilometre march marksmanship. So I dare say that's the shooting package that's starting to occur there. Okay, and you normally walk to the range, regardless of season, weather, or terrain. Weapons handling, first aid, field craft. Okay, so we're starting to get in the field, rest and local leave. I remember this. Do you know how I remember this, Lauren?
How?
Because you get to go out into Wagga. You're not allowed to drink alcohol. You're not allowed to go to the Victory Hotel, which is where you'll go on your last day with your family normally for overpriced beverages and other foods. Again, overpriced. But what'll happen is, hey, Ruthie.
Yeah, thank you.
What happened there?
It's a big one. Menstrual cow.
It is a menstrual cow. Done Troon on July 13. Thank you for all your support. So there's the good old left-hand salute for you, mate. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Ruth. Mate, that's fantastic, mate. That is equivalent to 50,000 viewers donating 1 cent each. Mate, we've got a leader to be here. Doesn't know what Corey's going to get put into because you don't get told. You have to earn your way in. So everyone at Kapooka is on a collision course with working for and with Mr. Ruth. I won't say his full name now that he's got the okay. Corral for when he goes in. For 10 seconds, Mr. Ruth, you get a double-fisted salute here. 2, 3, down. When you get your commission, you need to be able to have that professional arrogance at me. Thank you very much for that. I'll put that to good use. I'll buy some raw chicken for my dog and all of those that come to my birthday party, which is Anzac Day. What did I go and watch at the movies in 1991 on my rest and local leave in Kapooka with my shit haircut and ears that have continually grown since that day?
1991.
What big movie came out in 1991?
Give me a second. Let me think. Can we get a clue? Like, not too obvious.
Thunderstruck came out the same year, I believe.
Was it Mad Max?
Oh, no, not that far back.
Terminator 2?
Yes. I went and watched Terminator 2.
There you go.
It made my time off go too quickly.
There you go.
I didn't get to have Kentucky before I got back on the bus. Okay.
I have a bad story about Terminator 2.
Sorry?
Bad story about Terminator 2.
Quickly tell us.
I used to go out with this gentleman. He was a policeman. And he was like obsessed with it. Like every weekend he would take me on a date to see the same movie. And that was it. It killed it. There was no future.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit weird. I saw it like, must have been 5 or 6 times. And after the 6th time I thought, no, this is too much.
It was a good movie, but...
It was a good movie the first 2 times.
Dedication to duty, weeks 5 and 6. Marksmanship, so you're definitely the range there. Okay, I don't know why they've got someone saluting for field craft. Okay, it's for drill underneath. So they're preparing you for the field phase. It's starting to occur now. Then you get the marksmanship and field craft again. The 9-kilometre pack march. Okay, so they're starting to go up in distance. You know, the first pack march you do at the School of Infantry, I believe, might be 10 kilometres. And then it moves on from that. Marksmanship, okay. We're starting to get ready for, I believe, the shooting package, which is the combat shooting that you do now. Drill, marksmanship, battle PT. That's where you start to do things with either boots on or joggers, but you'll have all your uniform on. Okay, obstacle course, radio operating. Ed B would be excited by that. Radio operation, C3, command communications, Shit.
What's wrong with you?
Communications, command, and control. There you go. C3, the three big things that are all start with a C. No swear words there. Night fighting equipment. Bayonet assault course. You're going to think it's fun, but I can make you vomit in 10 minutes if I wanted to. Okay, because you're going to be yelling. It's going to make you very, very fatigued, very, very quickly. Controlled aggression. Some of you are going to be shit at it. I'm good at it. Yeah, and my job is to instill that controlled discipline so you know how to turn it on and turn it off. You know, it's like a prison guard, Mr. Buckaroony, isn't it? Now, if you're going with anger, your adrenaline will pump up, and then when you have an adrenaline dump, you're going to be in big trouble. All right, laws of armed conflict. That was going to be going on to our subject we're going to be talking about in a moment. Oops. Bam. Underneath there. Okay, laws of armed conflict. All right, you're also going to be pushing into legal up here, into the military judicial system, customs and traditions, Tom Price, the slouch hat, bit of history, you know, all that sort of stuff too. Fieldcraft. Okay, we're starting to get the idea here, team. Contact drill. This is the start of the all arms infantry training. Everyone has a secondary role where they are supposed to be but aren't trained as an infantry soldier, because it is a drill that needs to be fed into you and done on rinse and repeat until it becomes what it actually is, a drill. Doesn't need a command. Run down, crawl, observe, aim, fire. Okay, contact front, contact rear. Okay, contact left or right, which sometimes we call ambush left and right. They'll all have a set drill that doesn't need any command whatsoever. But this becomes very technical when we're in a complex, asymmetric warfare situation where you've got enemy that doesn't wear a uniform, that mixes with civilians and uses family members as potential shields to go against our 60 Minutes weasel journalists who feel like they know what it's like because they went to the country but never left air conditioning. Piece of shit.
We talking about that now?
We're about to.
Okay.
So you'll do the section attacks here. Run down, crawl, observe, aim, fire. Learn everything about that. The section attack. Okay, it has the 4 stages. It's got the preparatory stage. It's got the there's deliberate attacks and there's quick attacks. So there's the preparatory stage. Then there's the assault. Then there's the exploitation, and then there's a reorg. Just when your ears feel like they've had enough of listening to shit and you want to go and do physical shit, you're going to wish that you hadn't, because now you're doing a 12-kilometre pack march. Rest and local leave. We never used to get this much because we're always polishing something. The Navy's always polishing something too.
Come on now.
The golden rivet, they call it.
Come on now.
Church. Okay, week 8, nearly through their team. Field craft and navigation. That's important. That's giving you a little bit more focus on responsibility there. Drill, navigation. You're going to learn there that some people have a natural sense of direction. A lot of people do not. If you don't, you have to stick with doing everything by the book, procedures, and you'll be fine. Battle PT and navigation. So that sounds like something orienteering. Navigational exercise day and night can be scary. You won't be doing it alone. You'll do the daytime alone. You'll do the night by section or as a pair. And then you're going to go and have some KFC, nice legs, and then go into church. We're getting excited. Will to win. This must be the field phase, I believe. Fitness assessment, navigation, day and night. So they're going to see where your fitness is at. To me, that should be a BFA, a full BFA, with back squad criteria if you don't pass at the Army's requirement. Personal development, I don't know what's going to happen there. Maybe you're just going to mature physically. Navigation assessment, obstacle course, drill, obstacle course, drill. I believe that might be even the test. 15-kilometre march. I don't believe that's with a pack on. Can you let us know, Dave, if that was a pack or you didn't do that course, did you? PW handling, the warfighting theory, section defensive routine. That can be difficult. That means you'll probably dig a shell scrape. That's only 50 centimetres deep, team. Not too hard at all. You know, and but the ground sucks at Kapooka. You'll get welcome to inch ants and bull ants. Church, okay, exercise bin bar. I believe that goes for, how long does bin bar actually go for, team? How long does bin bar go for? You know, I tell you what, Mr. Buckaroony, I used to love the smell of that crisp Pearson's. Okay, the smell of greens, loved it. Even Nugget didn't have too bad a smell.
It says there it goes for 4 days.
Yeah, I know, but I know it's longer than that.
Right.
And the culmination is with the challenge. And the challenge is not really a challenge, but it'll feel like a challenge.
Right.
And that's about as hard as it gets for those that aren't going to infantry or armoured corps, artillery or engineers. Rest or local leave. As you can see, you'll be at the beach that's at Kapooka.
Yeah, I believe that's what Tyson's...
Doesn't exist, team. I hope you got your golf clubs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, look at that clip art of that little man relaxing on the beach.
yeah, it's a cruel joke, I think. Now, this never used to happen at the end. This used to happen in the centre. And it was a boost of esprit de corps, which was the visit to the War Memorial, the Canberra War Memorial, where every single soldier that's been killed in Afghanistan, you know, etc., would have been there and seen that wall, you know, looked at it, maybe not understood the context of it, and now they're on it.
Now they're on it, yeah.
So you have to take it very, very seriously. Now, I don't know whether that's going to happen because of the COVID, etc., and Victoria with their backwards way of thinking, you know, lefty freaks.
Yeah.
But I hope you get to go there. I really do, because it's a life-changing and remembering situation. Okay. Platoon drill. You know, what that's going to do is, for COVID, all that sort of stuff, photos, all that sort of shit. I don't know why they're suddenly going to make you, it's, honestly, team, it's gay as AIDS. They're going to still make you have, potentially, social distancing, despite the fact that you haven't been near people, or you've now gone into contact with each other for the last 12 weeks. And now all of a sudden you can't be beside each other for a march out parade. Family barbecue may or may not happen, team. Okay, this is a rough breakdown, and you can find this, but this is just the Christmas tree without the decorations on. There is so much more information, but it's not really subject to change, because despite weather, you know, this is locked in by a computer, bookings, financially paid for in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get that the hell out of Dodge. Let's have a quick break and go to the legends of our chat.
Oh, yeah, and they are too. They're definitely having a chat amongst themselves. I love how the people in our community get along with each other.
Yeah.
They're talking about some of the more mature chaps are talking about what it was like when they were in.
Yep.
Seems to be a bit of a difference. Miss Buckaroni said, who would use Brasso on their gas plug and never got caught? I don't know, what's a gas plug?
It goes in a rifle.
Oh,
And
okay.
what that allows is the gases that follow the bullet down the barrel hit the gas piston. It goes down it goes down the gas port. Okay, and then that pushes the bolt group back, and then rechambers another round in quick succession.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand that. And Mr. Patterson said that he used sand, I think. And Mr. Buckaroni said sand wasn't invented when you were in.
Now I can tell why I went to infantry and you didn't, Mr. Buckaroony. You used a chemical to clean your gas piston when hombres like me went all the way and used the cement. If you get seen using the cement on the end of your gas piston, you can get in all sorts of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Never caught.
Is Zach Saxon in the book for the 10th of May?
Let's see. Neither in the month of May.
Magic Invisible book out.
Man, are they going to call you racist having a name like Saxon? 10th of May. Sax on. Not stacks on.
Not stacks on.
I'm using a black pen to balance out your name, sir.
Yeah.
Saxon. Sorry, what's his last name?
Saxon.
At Saxon.
Zach.
Oh, Zach Saxon.
Z for Zebedee. Boy said Zebedee.
So we don't have first names in the army.
Yeah.
So you might think you're Zach Efron, but you're Saxon to me.
Yeah, he's Zach Saxon.
I think of you with a big shield and an axe.
Yeah.
Guys and gals, I really feel like I'm in a really good mood today. I put that video out earlier on today just so we could put something out there and you could enjoy a little bit of the banter of something a little bit more stripped back from a car. Because at the end of the day, it's the quality of the information. If you keep it short, I shouldn't have to entertain minds that can't concentrate for very long by using production quality. You know, so you can get the videos you need more often, if you know what I mean. Yep. Yeah, Ty's wife, local leaving Walker is only happening week 7 now on Wednesday as well, but they get admin day. Oh, so this makes sense. You're going to have... This is why I get so pissed off at this bullshit. I really do. It chaps my ass, said the sailor. So you're going to go from all over Australia. You're going to be quarantined for potentially 2 weeks. You're going to have all the bullshit that comes with it. But then on week 7 is it you can go out into the town because you can't get COVID on week 7 and then come back and then go back to being quarantined, not quarantined again, but then go back and pretend that none of that happened. Doesn't make sense. Slughouse Gaming, there's a name.
Yeah, he's having a bad time at the moment. I just asked him for a bit more info on it.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah, Slughouse, make sure you subscribe to the channel, mate. See what you can do, and let's try and get you in a position where we can help you out, my man.
Get out of that slump because we're here for the good times and the bad times.
We are, mate, and we'll be talking about that in a moment.
Exactly.
You know, because I guarantee there is people that are in the hotels right now who absolutely, this is all they've ever wanted, but may not have anyone that are actually, get these filthy things off. There you go. I just got 20 years younger and look like I can fight again. Anyway, there's people in hotel rooms right now that are probably having second guesses on what they're done. What am I in for? The loneliness in their room at the moment, the reality, when they put their hand up today and did oath or affirmation, probably realised, holy shit, this is real. They've got their certificate now. You're through the doors of the jail.
Yeah, exactly. There's no turning back. Past the point of no return.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. And sometimes that can be crippling if they haven't got support by family and friends, and others have doubted what their ability is to pass.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what we're here for. We're here to let you know, hey, dude, that's me putting wind in your wings, in your sails.
Oh, that's so cute. That was sweet. That was nice.
Well, we care.
We do care. We really care. We think about you guys when we're not streaming, you know. We wonder how you're going.
Yep.
We wonder what we can do to help you.
We do.
Yep.
We haven't had any new subscribers tonight.
Oh, well, we need some. And also, remember, guys, we are on the road to 10,000. We want to grow our family again. This is the second road to 10,000. So we want to grow our family. So please do share it with your social networks, because you never know who in your circles might really get something out of this community, the stream, you know, or just from hearing Kaz's jokes. So do share the stream with your socials.
Well, it's a pretty big deal. We've even got a famous YouTuber here called Mr. Buckaroony. He comes from far up north. He's got bags. He's got signed footballs. He's got a beautiful channel. He's He's got a lovely family and a cute dog, but I think it has fleas. I don't know. I've just got a feeling.
Don't say such things about Raphael.
I just had a feeling.
Yeah, don't.
Oi, what's going on? What's going on? That like button, team. Unless you're on watching this on the TV, maybe Carl P is with Justin. Okay, maybe he is with Lincoln. Good night, lads. Almost time for bed. Okay, get that like button moving upwards. Let's treat it like QPM shares. Kane. How are you, Mr. Buckaroony? He's fine.
Okay. Floghouse Gaming says he's looking to join, I think he means the army, but through being silly in his years, drugs and so forth, with the qualification, he can't make it in. So, and no one around here is for the army, so it's an uphill battle. Yeah, but it's not the end of the world. Life goes on.
Do you know what I recommend you do, mate? If you're in and around the wrong crowd, if you can't get in the military, police force, fire brigade, ambulance, etc., because of silly mistakes you've made in your life, what I recommend you do is move to another state. Get away.
Yeah, exactly.
Get away from those that are harmful for your growth and start again.
Yeah.
Go and try and get a job in a mine, because that'll put you on the dry, hopefully. It'll give you employment. It'll fill your bank account and pay off your debt. And then what that'll do is it'll form a new bedrock that'll allow you to move forward. Now, if you apply for all of the mines around Australia, you probably find one of them's hiring right now. That's some advice I could give you right now. That's alternative to join the military if that ship has sailed.
Exactly. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, keep going.
Yeah.
Make joy, make happiness, make new goals.
That's it. I didn't want to get out of the army.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm out of the army.
Yep,
I straight away chose to be a YouTuber, and now everyone seems to be doing YouTube.
Yep. You're a trendsetter too, just like Carl is.
I'm hoping to one day be a Z-class celebrity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mr. Buckaroony's the real celebrity here.
Yeah, that's right. But I will catch him again.
One day.
It was very close between us before I got hicked, as they'd say in New Zealand. That's hacked.
Good night, Mr. Patterson. Have a good sleep.
Good night, Mr. P, sir. Respect your elders. And Mr. P, before you go, let's RIP to Prince Philip.
Indeed, yes.
Served in World War II, worked ever since. Yep, stood by his wife, stayed upright, never heard him complain.
Yep, life of duty.
Yep.
Yep, exactly. And he was at the time one of the last, surviving World War II veterans too. So, he really is worthy of our respect.
Absolutely.
And it was very sad. We were on the phone together, weren't we? It was just after the last stream when that news came in.
Yep. It was pretty shattering, actually.
It was. Even though we were all, we knew it couldn't be too far away, it's still very sad when it happens. And I really feel for the family at the moment.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah, it is.
But none of us get out of this alive.
No, and that is true. It's the same pain, whether you're the Queen or you're just, Joe Schmo down the road. When you lose someone you love, grief feels the same.
Ryan Opolis. Here we go. Okay, Tim, we're going to talk about something else.
Okay.
No. Wait a sec.
Yeah.
Not yet, Mr. Jane. There we go. Let's talk about this for a second. That guy almost looks like he's paratrooping down onto some rocks. Looks like he's about to have a hard landing. Okay, put some thumbs up if you saw some 60 Minutes last night.
Yeah, but can we just keep the conversation respectful? Because somebody has already been put in the sick bay
Okay.
for what they said about it. So can we just keep the conversation logical, respectful? Let's just try not to get too emotional about it.
That's right, because I'm not emotional about it, and I lived in that world for a quarter of a century.
Exactly.
Do we know what I'm talking about?
I do.
I'll give you a quick synopsis. Okay, we've seen what's happened with that little rat bastard, from 60 Minutes. An attack a trial by media that is occurring against SAS Australia, 2 Commando, Australian Army. Let's not isolate this and think it's just about SAS.
Make out that it's 2 separate incidents.
You know, this is a situation which should be impossible to occur, where we've got someone now, you know, let's face it, who doesn't have a pair of handcuffs on. I'm not taking sides here.
No, that's true.
But be very careful of passing judgment on someone based on media meshed in with some fake news, with absolute vitriol and one-sided have to win this game approach, regardless of the cost. Some things, okay, just because you can doesn't mean you do.
Yeah, exactly.
If anything, there should be a censorship that is now happening on 60 Minutes. And I don't mean a censorship as far as cancel culture, all that sort of shit.
Media censorship or anything. No, I just don't understand why it's not a police matter more than a media matter.
It absolutely is.
Yeah,
it's a military and police matter. And what he's doing now is actually contaminating a fair trial.
Exactly. And I don't think that's right. Look,
you could be acquitted. You could be acquitted of these crimes if people do not believe that you can get a fair trial.
Indeed.
Because of fear, intimidation and bullying.
Yeah, exactly. And look, the truth is, I don't always agree with everything that Mr. Robert Smith says at all. I don't believe with his telling people to stop joining the ADF. I don't believe in that.
No.
But you don't have to agree with the person. You don't even have to like the person. You don't even have to like what they've done, but you have to have due process. And there is so many dodgy things about this story that I've ended up with more questions, not for him, but for the reporters and the media.
Yep.
I've got so many questions for them.
Yeah. If you could ask them one question, what would it be? Or 2 questions, Lauren.
Okay, all right. My first question would be, how the heck did you get your hands on a USB that was supposedly buried in someone's backyard?
State evidence.
Yeah, how the heck was it given to you and not the police?
Is this in fact tampering with evidence?
Where's the chain of evidence? How do we know you didn't put it there?
Can it be thrown out now?
How do we know they're not deep fakes as you did it? You know, the truth is, how do we know?
Well, there's a whole reason why when there is a crime uncovered, that the police put the yellow tape around it.
Exactly.
So no one touches it, and it goes to evidence room, just like George Floyd. They found his drugs in the police car when he was saying that he couldn't breathe, which apparently is also a fairly common what do you call it?
Maybe we should talk about that another day.
Yeah, another day. But what's going on? Someone has given them permission to go on the attack with this, and I'm wondering who it is, because this seems like a concerted effort by some military as well. And I don't believe it's the jurisdiction of military either. When military, I'll give you an example. If Stickman done something wrong, the military doesn't go to the media. The military goes to the police, and they call in when it goes above the stipulations and the criteria for crimes within a domestic sense, or even abroad, as opposed to call in their legal teams. And then from there, that gets pushed up to civilian charges or the military court-martial system, etc. All these things occur. At no stage is talking to the media part of that MO. So whatever's happening, there's definitely... I just hope, I really hope there's no money involved in this. I'm not taking sides. I believe that there's a lot of emotion wrapped around it. I think that it is really disingenuous the way 60 Minutes is never doing attack jobs against those we fight. It's always against their own. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I have a problem with, and I'm the first one to, if somebody in the veteran community has done something that's, that I think tarnishes, in my idea, I have this big fairy tale vision of who you guys are, and I want it to stay that way, and when I see someone behaving in a way that is contrary to that, I don't like it, and I'll say something. But the truth is, because they've broken that chain of integrity of the evidence, I don't understand how I'll ever know whether what I'm looking at is the truth, because we've seen it first with their spin added to it. We haven't heard the evidence through a court. We haven't heard it from a police, media conference. It was from a television show that makes money through advertising.
Is there also a chance that this was Channel 9 trying to attack Channel 7 because Kerry Stokes is involved?
Well, is it because the, and this is going to be probably controversial, Mr. Robert Smith had put his weight behind the call for a
I'm not sure, Smokey.
into veteran suicide,
Mm.
and I know that the government isn't very happy about that. So, what the heck are they doing this for?
Our hierarchy don't like to hold a mirror up to themselves, despite the fact they have no problem, throwing the spears downward. That's a fact. As people start to become politicians instead of commanders, and I don't trust anyone that makes it to the top normally, because you're going, were you getting accelerated at such a rate? Did you actually ever do your job? Or except if it's opportunity. Sometimes opportunity comes up and says, we need the best man right now. Okay, but people that are so ambitious, I start to wonder, what would they do to make it to the top, and what do they do once they get there? They tend to keep going. Now, we've made it to the top. Now I want to be a politician. So now what do I have to do to go higher? It just never seems to end. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out my ass. That'd be a trick. I'm not passing judgment on this one.
No, I refuse to pass judgment on the weight of something that the media has put out, because, like, Scotty has a point. There is a pattern forming here, and around Anzac Day, every year in the build-up to it, the media has some dirt to throw towards diggers, and it's just starting to look like it's part of their calendar.
Yep, it's like they're trying to get rid of it. Trying to whitewash the custom, tradition and history itself. Some of the things that I find really, really weird is the fact that politicians shaking their head at the actions of people. Do we need to remind them that they send us to places after they fail? That they won't go and fight themselves. So they go and send soldiers to do the work, don't visit them, and then when they do, they stay in air conditioning and maybe get a few photos of them, doing something at a forward operating base. And then they come home with very little regard to the rules of engagement. Do they fit the situation? Can we win? If we can't win, we shouldn't even be there. If we cannot win a mission, we shouldn't be there.
No, exactly.
Or send your own kids. Yeah.
The only evidence I've seen is of bad taste,
and I don't care about that. I'm like, big deal.
Look, here's how I see it. If they're not going to hold Prince Harry accountable for that Nazi uniform, they can judge him first and do a 60-minute special on him on that.
That's true. And look who's here. Jodie Stevens from USA.
Yes, indeed.
Good morning from the USA. Born in the USA is Jodie Stevens. Is Maddie up yet? I keep burping. Every time I have this exotic Coca-Cola out of the glass bottle, very James Dean style.
It turns you into a belcher.
It does. Sorry, guys, I'm going to head off. That little cow from 60 Minutes has still got me extremely upset. I know we were all not angels, but it should have been sorted in-house.
Well, look, we have a system. We have a judicial system, and you have to follow due process with that system, and I don't think they have. I do not understand how first, I don't understand how they got this evidence, and second, why was it not given straight to the police before they they made us. Quick, let's make a story about it first. No.
And
you
if
should have.
and if there actually is evidence, how come there's not cuffs on his wrists?
Exactly.
That tells you you're not hearing both sides of this story.
I checked it today. He has still not been charged with anything, yet he's been hung, drawn and quartered by the media.
Yeah. Jody Stevens. Hello, Yo Maddie is up, ready to go to work. What is Maddie doing these days?
I hope he has a lovely day. How's the weather there in spring now?
Jody just left me for Jay.
No, don't get jelly.
Skippy the bush kangaroo. I've got you on the wall just up here, mate. That kangaroo and that goddamn dolphin at a flipper, you know. I tell you what, that was USA and Australia going head for head with children that almost never made it to adulthood because those kangaroos and bloody dolphins, they tried to put those kids in so much danger.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go and have a picnic at Hanging Rock.
Yeah, why was it Sonny's job to sort out the UFO?
It's true. There was hardly a car existed those days, yet the kids would get trapped in a car that was in the middle of the river on the bottom of the... You're going, how did it get there?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. As far as... Look, Brady's got a good point. Why would the AFP let the evidence be broadcast when no charges have been laid? Here's the thing, Brady. They only went and got the evidence this afternoon. They hadn't been handed that. I'm going to do it in... You can't see them, but I'm doing quotation marks. Evidence. Because, like, is that it? Was that their big smoking gun? Like, where's the shock value? You know, okay, poor taste. Yes, indeed, that was certainly poor taste, but that's it.
And it wouldn't have insulted a single person if photos hadn't have got out of the event.
Exactly, and I mean, really, how do you magically find a USB that's supposedly buried in someone's backyard? What, did he leave a treasure map laying around? I mean, what the heck?
If we took cameras and held every single person accountable for what happens at a backyard barbecue, we'd all be in jail. You know, there's been times I've lost my pants for one reason or another.
Yeah, look, like I said, Prince Harry, he's guilty, just as guilty of bad taste.
More.
As he is. So, you know, make sure you do the same for him.
Look,
He's got it so hard.
At the end of the day, if we attack people by attack by media, whether that be someone on a YouTube channel, whether that be someone on a Twitter, whether that be someone on TV, Facebook, that's wrong. Because one day it could be Jody, or it could be Skippy, it could be Jay, it could be Lightfoot or Bretty Carr, who's going, just give me a chance to give you my side of the story. And they're going, I don't want to know it. I know what's going on. You're going, no, you don't, mate. You don't. We just saw what happened in the USA with Ronnie Long, who after 44 years, he was released from jail because no one listened to his side of the story from a false rape accusation.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they give him $750,000 US and go, no hard feelings, mate. Times have changed. You listen to both sides of the story exhaustingly and then go, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's the bigger criminal? Is it the person that does the crime, or is it the dickhead that does either the acquitting or the damning in the jury boxes?
Or who taints the evidence?
Yeah.
Because if there really was a crime, you've just effed it. You know, you've just effed the fair trial. That's it.
You've screwed the pooch.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I find, just down to that one detail. Because of that one detail, I don't give a damn about the rest.
Yep, I'm the same.
You know, really, that one detail, that magically appearing USB that they magically did not give to the police.
Yeah, and well, look, I'm going to tell you too, if you join the military, you're going to do things, you're going to see things that you can't expect the rest of population to understand. If you have to dig a hole to get rid of it, to hide it, then you know it's not good. Get rid of it. Don't hang on to a trophy like Ted Bundy would, or Jeffrey Dahmer.
Well, that was one of my first thoughts. Was I was a bit shocked, and I thought, why would he keep that? And it just doesn't make sense.
Look, because if you're not offended by something, but the rest of the world is, it might be a portion of your life where you're going, dude, I had a really good time and I understood the context behind it.
Yeah.
But no, I was a dickhead for doing it.
I get that. The same as like I said to you before, surgeons have very dark senses of humour too, because it's actually how they cope with their job. It's a gory job. I get that too. But I'm almost not even believing that they got that USB from him. I can't believe it now. Because I want to know what the chain of evidence is.
The only person that could have got those flash drives, if he buried them in a lunchbox, they tried to say buried it in his daughter's lunchbox. How disgusting. You're going, he would have grabbed a lunchbox. He wouldn't have gone, I'll grab my daughter's. So they're putting a lot of hearsay in there too.
It's very strange. It's just very, like I said today, very suspicious.
Not if he is actually told one of his absolute confidants from in his very inner circle, the same ones that allowed himself to be wired up and record what he had to say. Someone he trusted most might have really deceived him.
That's also suspicious. At what point are we talking entrapment, and at what point are we talking about someone just spinning a yarn? Over
Was it legally obtained information? Or, just because it can't be played in a court doesn't mean it can't be played on 60 Minutes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I mean. It's like, heaps of people talk crap on Anzac Day. How do we know? We don't know because we have no context.
I'll wear my medals on the left.
Look, exactly. And look, to be honest with you, I could take him or leave him. I don't agree with worshipping people. We have to remember that veterans...
Santa Claus.
They're people, right?
Santa Claus.
What?
Santa Claus.
What about him? He's definitely real.
Yeah, you've got to keep him on the list. You're saying you don't worship people and going, dude, he won't come.
Yeah, no, he doesn't want to be worshipped either. But you shouldn't worship people. They are just people.
What about Catherine Bell from Jag? What about Catherine Bell or...
People, but none of them are... Do you really think they're worthy of worship, people?
For about 2 minutes a day, I do.
Well,
they're on my shrine.
That's the kind of worship I'm talking about. I'm talking about when we put absolutely unreal expectations on a person.
Yeah.
Like, so many kids probably have this guy built up in their heads to be this superhuman, like, perfect person, and they're going to be devastated by this because they won't have the maturity to stop and question, wait a minute, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that's true.
But they're only people. Veterans do make mistakes. There's a lot in jail. It's just how it happens. But the truth is, if he has made mistakes, this is what we were talking about last week with making your choices can have massive consequences. He's already been punished.
Yeah, absolutely has.
Same as if he hasn't made a mistake, he's already been punished.
Easy has just said, just curious, if you're in the infantry in the Aussie Army, is there a guarantee you're going to get deployed? One, be careful what you wish for. Okay, wish for the adventure. Don't wish for the fight. The other one is there a guarantee? No, there's not. Before I joined the military, there hadn't been the Cambodia, the Somalia, the Rwanda, the Solomons, the Timors, the Iraq, the Afghanistan, okay, the Aceh. None of those had occurred. Nothing had occurred since Vietnam. They still did Malaysia trips. They still did the Sinai trip. And that was it. There is no guarantees of anything. But you need to accept the fact that we still like to see how our equipment works. So normally what we'll do is we'll go, let's go and help someone. And we'll send our vehicles, we'll send our soldiers over there. I'm thinking Mali, which was one of the original slavery countries that started selling them to the USA. So no one knows, mate. No one knows at all. At the end of the day, you should have to be able to win. You should be able to tell a soldier why he's going there. It doesn't mean he can say no. You can't say, no, I'm not going somewhere. You're not allowed to do that. But we should be able to say, as part of our mission, like we do a statement of relevance before every lesson, in this lesson you will be taught salutes to the front, salutes at the halt. The reason you were taught this is so that you as Australian soldiers can offer compliments to those of commissioned ranks that come into a room, okay, or are presenting you with something, or require the courtesy, the back and forth between commissioned and non-commissioned forces. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to state to me the reasons why we salute. You'll be able to perform salutes to the right, salutes to the left, and salutes to the front. Does anyone have any questions? No? Good. From the right, number. Right, dress. Watch this way. For a complete demonstration of everything you'll be taught in this lesson. Salutes at the halt. So everything we do in the army, it's why we're the best. Because we tell you why. We tell you what standard you'll be able to achieve. We tell you the whole purpose behind why something exists. And that should be done at school. I believe it's missing. The best instructors, teachers, are normally military. And that's the fact, Jack. We'll even throw an arousal into all lessons, pretty much. Especially theory lessons. Know that, Lauren? They call it an arousal. Normally what will occur is, it doesn't matter what we're learning. Normally what will happen is you use a little bit of your instructor license to come up with something called an arousal, which is to get people's attention, to make them smile, to make them have a bit of a laugh, or to make them concentrate on what it's about to be, but it should be topical of what you're about to talk about. If it's lighthearted, it can be a joke.
You're very good at that. You arouse us all.
Oh.
Not like that. I meant like in the context you were saying. I'm not saying that you couldn't arouse us in the other way either. I'm just trying to...
Lieutenant asked me about this. Kaz, have you had any experience with guardian angels? I'm sorry. I'm sorry there, sir. I haven't. Is that like for youth or something, or what? I actually don't know what it means. I'm not trying to be facetious, mate.
I think it might just mean spookiness,
Don't know.
Yeah.
Guys and gals, we are on this planet for a definitive amount of time. You're going to have less than 100 Christmases, and there's going to be people all the time that you wish were here longer, even if you have a long life. You're going to go to more funerals than what you're going to go to weddings. It's just one of those things. So don't sweat the little shit. Live your life. And the reason why I say join the army is because it makes sense. Because the adventures you go on are paid for. I've had some hard times.
Yeah.
But I've had a hell of a lot more good times.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Moto Dubs wants to know if you go straight from Kapooka to Singo.
Yes. Yep.
There you go.
So you will finish Kapooka, and then basically what will happen is you'll have a day or so, okay, at Kapooka getting your gear prepared, and then you'll get on a bus, and everyone that goes to Steel Barracks for engineers will get on their bus and go to engineers. Everyone that is going to infantry will get on buses and go to the School of Infantry. Everyone that's going to transport, artillery, armoured corps, etc., will get on their buses and go to Pucka. Everyone that's going to Signals Corps, like Mr. Buckaroony, will go down to Watsonia. And then you get there, the night you get there, they'll put you in temporary bunks and you'll be doing a full BFA the next day, the next morning. And you haven't done one yet. And you've got to pass or you don't go into session. So it's automatically like you've already been back squatted. So make sure you're good to go. Army fit, infantry fit, Tinder fit. If you look like you're automatically going to get swiped left on Tinder with a photo of you but below the chin, then maybe you're not ready.
Yeah, is swipe left good?
No.
Which is the go away swipe?
Swipe left.
Right, so that's... I've never used it, so...
I'm not on there because I hate mail.
We were going to make you one, remember? What happened with that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Someone out there is pretending to be you and getting all the chicks.
Nah.
Good night, Jessie Bray. Give lots of love to your ladies for us.
Yeah. What's going on over there, Jody? What's the temperature like? Jody's at Ohio. Yeah. Tim, we can get out of here in a second. It was important that we got on here and just quickly showed people a talk through of the weeks so people actually saw, so there's no days off. No, there's no days off while you're at Kapooka. That's why it's hard. It doesn't stop. While you're kicking goals, and everything makes sense to you, it's fine. But there's going to be something you have difficulty with, and it might be because you've hurt yourself. It might be because you're getting pressure from home. It could be for any number of things. It could be an act of God that something's occurring you didn't expect. But Kapooka can be extremely hard, or it can be just extremely long and annoying. 3 months without a day off is not easy no matter what you do. But you will get 8 hours sleep between 10 o'clock at night and 6 in the morning. 8 hours sleep. So if you've got kids, okay, then good luck. You're going to get a hell of a lot more sleep than what you normally get. As for what we're talking about with 60 Minutes, used to be my favourite show. Now I almost hate them. I cannot stand there attacking an organisation because they know they can. This morning, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like snow weather, yeah?
Like 10 degrees or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's like as cold as it's been here.
It's as cold as ice.
We're in for a bit of a warmer day here. Tim, Tassie Devil will be finding the weather is like summer where he's gone because it was so cold just before he left.
He won't feel that way when he's got to crack that ice to get in the bear pit, but...
Yeah, possibly. He's good Tassie stock. He'll be fine.
Hey, Ruthie. Good night, Kaz. Hopefully I'll get my shirt before I leave. What's that? Yep. You're right, mate. And you will. Mate, you definitely are my priority, and it's not one, it's two, remember? And what I'll do is I'll probably even throw into trenches with Kaz the original stock as well as the garnish. Because we've caught up with all our other owings, so to speak. We had to pay out bloody Felix the cat, the most wonderful, wonderful cat, because Xbox X just wasn't available. So we went and paid him out. So we do cover all the things we say we're going to do. Just sometimes they take a while.
Yeah. Hey, Mick Lay is here from Japan.
Hey, where is he? What's he got to say?
Respect.
Oh, respecto. Mick Lay Motors from Japan is one of our longest subscribers. Mick works in Japan in exotic cars. Pretty fantastic smell of leather. And some of the most beautiful women in the world. Yeah. I got some photos to send you of photography of Japan, or it might even be South Korea that I saw on Instagram, and it looks like anxiety. It just looks like anxiety. It's totally in order, but it is crazy, the congestion. Guys and gals, I think that's us. That's 2 videos today. If you haven't seen the one from today, feel free to go in there and write a comment that the guys and gals that from the team platoon will be there. They'll be able to see that. That video was made for them. Put a comment on there to make them laugh or something cool, something to support them, because their life, as we say, whether it be 1 week, whether it be 1 year, whether it be 2 years, or whether it be 4 years or 40, and no matter what happens in their career, it's all starting tomorrow. Mañana.
Excited. Yes, Riley Stewart is in the mantra right now.
What are you having for dinner? You going to snuggle some of that toilet paper? Don't make your bed. It'll be the last time you don't get to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys. Heading off. Thanks for the stream, Kaz. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. And Nutsu Cow, thank you for the donations of time, finances and shekels. Those from outside our country, Jody Stevens.
Indeed.
We love you. Jody Stevens. Hello, Nick is pronounced hello, Nook, if you're from New Zealand.
Yep. everyone, don't believe the hype.
See you later, guys and gals. I hope your packs stay light and your pickets are dry. Take it easy. That's Kaz and Lauren. And whoever scuba diver is in Moscow, saying out to you. And if you're in 60 Minutes Journalist, have a great